So all in all, I have to say I'm pretty happy with this elm. I just, I see it and I know what to expect, but then I get it and I don't expect it. It's always a present. Every single cut I make seems to make all sorts of different, just really cool grain patterns and colors. It's turning out to be actual wood I can use in lumber form, which is making it exciting for me because I've only done this once before with my maple, so it's a pretty exciting chance to try it again. And apparently elm's really hard to work with, so I have a lot of studying to do about drying elm. If anybody has any tips with elm specific, because I heard elm is really hard to dry. I did dry a cutting board and like a center cutout that I did just rough cut with the chainsaw. I just let it dry with the wax ends and it seemed to dry okay. It did warp a little bit, but not as much as people say elm will warp. Now, get into making boards and having boards dry, I can see that being a different thing. So anyway, if you have any advice, I encourage you to put it down below, or maybe a link to videos of someone dealing with elm, or if you make a video that you've made or make dealing with elm, go ahead and put a link down below. I'd love to see it. Okay, so now I've got this elm in a block. You can see it's about 8 inches, 7.5, but I can't mill it that long. I need it 6. So what I'm going to do is take a Sharpie and mark 6 inches on one side off my truest face, 6 inches off the other side. I'll draw a line between the two and I'll cut down that line as straight as I can. Giving myself 6 inches to run through my bandsaw. Easiest way I find to draw a straight line is use chalk line. I got a straight line. Cut along that line. About 6 inches. This is the one side, this is the side we cut. I have 6 inches up to this point. And then it tapers out. I need to keep that at 6 inches so that I can mill this through my bandsaw. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and keep going down the line. 6 inches, giving you the mark. That's where I've got to cut off to. And this is all rough right now. I'll chew it up on the bandsaw itself. Just hit a roundabout spot. We only have to cut off to about this deep. So about here. This area right here is going to come off. So let's go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and grabbed the log, one of the slices off one of the logs, so that I could use it as a base. What I'm going to do is take my hatchet and chip away some of this depth, and then when I get close, I can either hand plane it or eyeball it, because it's really not 100% needed to be accurate here. I just need to be enough room to get my bandsaw this through my bandsaw, and I'll straighten it up with the bandsaw. So that's the first cut. I mounted up to my simple jig here. It's just a simple block, square. I cut that, I put a track on the bottom of this. It's heavy. You can see here we're doing pretty good on the 90. So I'm not going to make a second cut. That was I hand planed this one. I jointed that with a hand plane. Just as a tester at first, and it looks like did a pretty good job, I guess. So I'm going to keep that 90 because, again, this stuff's going to dry, so it's not going to be a big deal. It's still going to warp, it's still going to change. I want to get a basic dimension here so I can cut off boards. It's all squared up, and let's see what it measures. Looks like I'm going to have some 6-inch boards. They're going to be 25 inches long, and we're, what, 5.5 inches there, so 2 inches each board. Whatever's left over. That's what we're going to mill out of this. Now we're going to decide which way we're going to mill it. Okay, so I'm pretty excited. A couple boards here at 2 inches thick. This is awesome. 25 inches long. Okay, it looks really nice. I really like that. It's a little wavy, but that's because I got some drift. But that's okay, I can correct that with a hand plane, pretty simple. That's not too bad. I just want to look at the grain here. It's the best way to look at this. Look at that grain. Delicious. Anyway, and then I got myself, this one's about 1 inch thick. All the way, this was the leftover. Not a bad leftover, eh? More to this milling process. definitely. I'm going to be studying how this changes shape, and I'm making all sorts of different kinds of offcuts. So stay tuned. I'll show you my findings, and everybody keep it on. Till next time, take care.
I got a selfie stick.